Hey guys, it's Mary Lee the Diamond Dinosaur coming at you from my nair slash nest, whatever we want to call it today. How about just my craft room? Dinosaurs can have craft rooms too, right? Okay. I'm going to do a whip and chat for you guys today. I have a couple things I want to discuss. First and foremost, I want to talk about my draft. Give you my grades that the NFL has suggested, the draft grades for each day with the Eagles. I want to talk about some of our picks. And then I have some tag questions to do. A dear friend of mine, you all know her as Chocolate Diamond. I know her as D or Doretta. So she has requested and tagged me in her last WIP with her tag questions. So I'm going to be doing those tag questions as well because I promised her that I would do that. So let me tell you a little bit about what I'm using today, tool-wise. I'm using my purple Bijou Bliss tray for my drills. This pen, I think it came from, I want to say Lady Lathe Custom by Design. It kind of looks like one of their turns. So to go with my Rose Library, I am working on Rose Library from Ivy Dollamore. I got that from DAC. I started it back in January for the Ivy Dollamore event that was happening, the paint along. But that ended at the end of March, and I've just been so behind. So I'm working on that a little bit today because I have another event that I'm going to be starting tomorrow. So I'm also using my Ivy Dollamore Rose Library trinket tray that I received from Sparkling Nana as a gift, as well as my little trash bucket, which I completely love, which also was from Sparkling Nana, who is very talented, by the way. So if you guys get a chance and you don't know who I'm talking about, please go check her out, Sparkling Nana. She's amazing and she's very, very talented. I'm using glue dots in my single placer, and for my multi-placer, I'm using Patsy Putty, the basic line. It smells like warm flannel. Okay, I'll just move this over here because I'm going to need my my iPad, because I am not, there's no way I'm going to remember all of these grades for sure. Okay, so overall, let me say this. If you're returning, thanks for coming back and checking me out. If you're new, welcome. If you like what you hear or see here, please feel free to like and subscribe for anything else that's diamond painting, Philadelphia Eagles, dinosaur, Godzilla. I talk about various things. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So the first thing is the Eagles received a B+ overall for the entire draft this year, which I'm very happy with. Not bad about any of our draft picks at all. A few of these guys were, most of these guys were not even on my list of picks, but that just goes to show you I'm a diamond painter. I'm not a GM for an NFL football team, so clearly that's why. But anywho, I thought my choices were good too. But where you fall in the draft, that depends on what you get sometimes, right? So a lot of the players that I had picked, they went prior to the Eagles making their pick. So first and foremost, we did have the number 23 overall pick for the first round, but we were able to trade with our rivals, division rivals, the Dallas Cowboys, because they were spot number 20. So we were able to trade up, and we had to give them I think a 2027 7th round pick, and they got our 2 4th round picks for the 2026 draft. So quite expensive by draft nature. However, we did draft one of probably the best wide receiver who was in the draft, one of the best anyway, Makai Lemon. He's a dog. I mean, he thinks, somebody explained this very well yesterday, and unfortunately I can't remember which video content creator that I was watching said this, but after he said it, I was kind of like, that is probably the best way to describe Makai Lemon. When the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, and goes into the air, Mekhi Lemon immediately thinks that that's his ball, period. It's his. He's getting it. He's coming down with it. He's a good tackler. He does a lot of cross routes in the box. So, like midfield catches. He does a lot of those. He really reminds me, and I agree with all the rest of the content creators out there that are saying the same thing. He is very much comparable to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is the wide receiver, wide receiver one for the Detroit Lions, he's one of my favorite players. And yes, you heard me right. His name is Amon-Ra. He has two brothers, and his father named them. His father is African American, and his mother is white. She's German. She's of German descent. And he was, I think they said, I know I'm getting off topic a little bit here, but I just think this is such a cool little story. His dad was Mr. Universe, and they had three boys together. These three boys, they speak fluent French, German, English, and I think there's another one that they speak very fluently. I can't remember what language it is. But when the three boys were born, the dad had St. Brown put on their birth certificate as their last name, even though his name is just Brown. And when he was asked about it, his comment was, St. Brown would look better on a jersey. So that's how they're named. They're named St. Brown is their last name. But the dad also wanted to make sure that his boys had memorable names that you would never forget. And he did do that. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, named after the Egyptian sun god. The other one is named after Osiris. And I can't remember the other one. I know it's a long name. Equinemius, Osiris, and Amon-Ra are the trio of football players. Yeah. Equinemius is an NFL wide receiver. He's currently active. And I do believe I think he's maybe still be on the Saints, but I'm not sure. And Osiris only played college. He did not play overall in the NFL. Anywho, I digress. That's who Mekhi Lemon reminds me of. You know, a lot of people, this pick made a lot of people stand up and take notice and understand that the A.J. Brown era in Philadelphia is over. He will be traded this year before the season starts, which I'm just going to put this out here one time. I know that most of my people listening probably don't really know that much about the Eagles and football. If you do, that's wonderful, and I think that's amazing because I love football so much. I love to share what little knowledge I do have of the game. A.J. Brown is an amazing wide receiver. However, there is no I in team, but there is the word me. Football is the biggest team sport there is. Like, there's not one superstar on a team. It's everybody. It's a collective of everyone plays a part, right? You're not going to have a really good offense if you don't have a good defense. You know, they always say, my mom always told me, offense wins games, but your defense wins championships. So it's a collective together, period. A.J. Brown lost that somewhere. I don't know what happened. I don't know whether he has a personal shtick against Jalen Hurts, his quarterback. They were best friends, are best friends. Jalen Hurts is his daughter's godfather. I don't know what happened there. It's none of my business, and I don't want to know. That's a them problem, not a me problem. All I care about is that you ball out during the season. And last year, sir, you did not ball out. You would run halfway down the field and just stop. I'm sorry, you were not playing to your full potential. That's how I see it. I told my daughter, my daughter is a very big A.J. Brown fan. I mean, listen, I have the man's jersey as well. I think that it's a sad situation. And again, this is just my opinion. I was here for the T.O. era. I have seen many wide receivers come and go. Terrell Owens is one of my favorite wide receivers. A big part of that is because of all of the drama that surrounded him throughout his career. T.O. made no bones about the fact that he no longer wanted to be a Philadelphia Eagle. I'm not coming to your practices. I'm not playing. I don't want to be a Philadelphia Eagle. I'm done with this city, blah, blah, blah. He kept it real, and he put that out there. But then you have somebody like A.J. Brown, who is going to cry and complain on his Instagram and his Twitter or whatever else he can about how, the offense isn't good, I don't get the ball, blah, 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 blah. He's going to cry all this stuff, knowing that the Philadelphia media is like no other and is just going to rip this team apart because they look for negativity. It's what media does, right? They look for things that can tear the team down, and he was giving them the fodder they needed. And then he would say, but I love this city. This city's my home. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm an Eagle. You know what, bro? Just be true. Be true to yourself. If you don't want to be here, then don't be here. Then just say it. I don't want to be here. I don't want to play for the Eagles anymore. I do think there needs to be some tampering looked into because he wants to go to the Patriots. And the head coach of the Patriots, who was in trouble now anyway, he was the one who drafted A.J. Brown. And my understanding is, from what I've heard through the grapevines, that they've been communicating off and on, quote unquote, as friends for a while now. So to me, there might be some tampering there. I don't know. But anyway, let's just get him out of here. Let's be done with it. Are the Eagles going to struggle? I don't think they're going to struggle. If they struggle for any reason this year, it's not because A.J. Brown is not here. It's going to be because it's a completely new offensive scheme. And they're learning a new offense, period. So, that being said, let's move past the whole A.J. Brown thing. Listen, A.J. Brown gave us lemons, and we're making lemonade, period. Thank you, Makai Lemon. He was the number 1 draft pick, overall number 20, and he is out of USC. On to the next one. Round 2, we chose Eli Stowers, who is a tight end. He's a good blocker. I'm not quite sure about his running. I think he gets yards after the catch. I think that's what they were saying. I don't really know that much about him. He is out of Vanderbilt. He'll eventually just probably end up, his prospect grade is he'll probably be an average starter. And he was drafted by the Eagles, number 22. Next one, we have Markel Bell. He's an offensive tackle. This dude he's a monster. He weighs in at 346 pounds, and he's 6'9". He'll be an above average player, especially as a backup, because that's usually how they start the O-line. They'll start him in as a backup because we already have our starters. So his total score for Next Gen Stats is a 67. He was 67 at the combine, and his athleticism score was a 64. And that combines his rankings. He ran a 40-yard dash in 4.3 seconds and a 10-yard split at 1.84 seconds. So, yeah, he's a beast. A couple of the other ones that we got a quarterback, Cole Payton. We still have Tanner McKee as our backup. So we have Cole Payton now. We have a guard, Michael Morris. He's another monster. We have a safety, Cole Wisniewski. I don't know that much about him. I haven't really followed up on him at all. I don't know what the Eagles are going to do with the safety program right now. I mean, you have Marcus Epps, who's a veteran, and you have Andrew Makuba, who was a rookie last year, who broke his ankle, broke his leg. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with that position, if they're going to bring another veteran safety in. I'm just not sure. One of the big names that was taken in round 7 was defensive tackle U.R. Bernard. He's out of the IPP program, which this is a program pretty much that pulls young guys from different countries and teaches them how to play football, and then they're picked like that. So he is from Nigeria. He is 6'4", and he's 306 pounds. So people are talking about him like, he's a big dude. Don't really have that much of an analysis on him, just because he wasn't part of the combine. But I'm going to be watching him to see how well he does. I lost my team here. Hold on. Sorry. Our grade for day 1 was a B. Our grade for day 2 was a B+. And our grade for day 3 was an A-. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy with it. I mean, it's a whole new system, and you got to kind of go into it as being a whole different team. Yeah, you're going to have the same players. You're going to have Jalen Hurts. You're going to have Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley, all your main guys. You're going to have all those, but they're going to be running a new offensive system. So I can't wait. I actually can't wait for it. So I'm excited for that. Rookie mini camp starts May 1st. So I will be, paying a little bit of attention there. They really don't do much. And then practice training camp starts end of July or sometime in July. And then preseason is in August. It will be here before we know it. And that, ladies, makes me very excited. Monarch, it's football, and I'm going to flip sides now and talk about some Godzilla. Monarch is, that's finishing up. I think this week is the last episode. So that's going to be fun. I know it's going to be setting a lot of things up for the new Godzilla movie that's going to be coming out. I think it's Supernova, I think. So there's that. And then we have Godzilla -0 will be out November 6th. So I'm very excited that Ricari did, usually every drop, Ricari E will ask us. She'll put it out there on her Facebook page. What would you all like to see? So I put it out there that I would, could we get some Godzilla, maybe some of the other Titans. And yeah, she did that. So she did a Godzilla canvas, a Kong canvas, and a Mothra with Godzilla. So of course, I had to buy all 3 of those. So I'm going to be doing my own little paint along in November for Godzilla -0. And I'm going to be working on one of those canvases. I did buy Kong for my daughter. Kong is her favorite Titan, so I'll give that to her, and she can work on Kong. And I'll keep the other 2 for myself, because I do love me some Godzilla, for sure. So I'm hoping to get this Rose Library, this section done. Then I have 2 more rows, and then I can, I don't know, maybe I'll go back to the Jackal temporarily. But I have my little panda over there for diamond painting around the world on Facebook, which is run by my dear friend Shenanigans with the Burbs. So that's her little Facebook page, and she's doing a May showers, flowers, April showers, May flowers, something like that, like a spring fling. So it has to be something spring related, flower related, or just something that reminds you of spring. So I'm going to be doing my little panda who was laying down in the flowers that my husband got me because I love pandas. Pandas are awesome. They're so silly, like they should be extinct because I don't know how they survive. Period. The way they fall out of trees. So, all right, how many minutes ago? I'm on 20 minutes. Didn't take me long to talk about the draft. There's really not a lot to talk about, though. I mean, there's a lot, but there's not a lot. You know what I mean? I could talk about other teams, and I think the Cowboys did okay. The Jets got my guy Kenyon Sadiq and Omar Cooper Jr., so they're rebuilding. Just wish they had a quarterback to go along with it, because Geno Smith is garbage. Sorry. Anywho. All right, so let me do these tag questions, because they could potentially lead into bigger things. So, again, thank you, Chocolate Diamond, a.k.a. Doretta, for tagging me in this. I think this might be one of my very first ever tag questions that I've ever done. So, that should be interesting, right? So, the first question we have is, how long have you been diamond painting? I think I started looking into diamond painting right around when COVID hit. So it was probably maybe 21 is when I actually did my first canvas. And then it was like November-ish of that year that I discovered Diamond Art Club. And my world changed ever since then. And it's changing again because I'm kind of not really, I'm shopping from my stash. We'll just leave it at that because I'm just not happy with Diamond Art Club right now. But that's just me, in my opinion. So I guess since 2021, so 5 years. This summer will be 5 years. What is the largest completed canvas? My largest completed canvas was probably Primrose from Andrew Muka. It was from Diamond Art Club, and I did it for the Summer with the Masters event a couple years ago. And that was 42 centimeters by 103.8 centimeters. That's my biggest completion. But I am currently working on Dinosaur Battle. And that canvas is not done. It's maybe a quarter of the way, if that. And that canvas is 108.97 centimeters by 70.10. So once that's done, that will be my biggest that I've ever done. So if you guys have a large canvas, I'd be very interested to see how big it was that you completed. So feel free to drop it in the comments because I would definitely like to read to see what other canvases out there that are large. Besides the J-Wall, right? Yeah. I'm not even touching one of those. Ever. Okay, so what do I listen to when I'm diamond painting? Well, prior to my craft room, I would diamond paint in my living room and just watch TV, whether it was football, a movie that I like, or true crime, even wrestling. I would put wrestling on sometimes and watch a couple wrestling TV shows on like one of my husband's streaming services where it's like a 2-hour show of wrestling. Sometimes I would put that on. And then once I got into my craft room, I got an iPad. And with my iPad, I watch the same. So just different TV shows I'll watch, or drag. Like I love to watch RuPaul's Drag Race or Dragula on Shudder. So I put like a season of drag on and just start watching it. So I love those type of shows. Sometimes I'll listen to music, but it was a little bit of time before I got another Alexa that is now in my craft room. that I can use as my speaker. I have one in my craft room and one on my desk. So, generic music just from my phone, probably. Like, I listen to metal and rock, some hip hop, some big band. I listen to a variation of a lot of different music. So I can't really pinpoint one special genre, so to speak. My favorite place to buy diamond paintings right now, again, I've just discovered a love again for my bargain, Amazon, China Mail, however you want to call them, canvases. So I've been working on a couple of those. But right now I would have to say my favorite company to buy from, I'm going to say Ricari Dark Art Diamond Painting. It's more my shtick, so to speak. I have a lot of Diamond Art Club canvases. I have probably well over 300 canvases. So if I never bought from Diamond Art Club again, I still have enough to last my lifetime, period. Their canvases are their premier canvas. Their drills are amazing. Their canvases are amazing. I'm just not sure how I feel about their customer service right now. I'm just not sure. I'm not going to go into it any further. But they were my favorite place to buy from. Probably the only place I bought from. But I've bought from Dreamer Designs. I've bought from DAC. I've bought from Amazon. I've bought from Shein. I've bought from Oraloa now, which I kind of like. I'm stuck on the Sheena Pike stuff. Ricari. So I just recently purchased from the one with the Diamond Art, Diamond Art Club, Diamond Art UK, Diamond Art Studio UK. I purchased from them. I just purchased also from Rhinestone Goddess. I purchased from Enabler's Outpost. I purchased from Distracted by Diamonds. So I purchased so many different kits. It's not even funny. So, but right now I would have to say I focus, more on the Ricari. Like the minute she knows there's a drop coming, I'm looking and waiting and waiting and waiting. But not like I was with Diamond Art Club, for sure. Because I don't have to, because Ricari never sells out. They never sell that. It's always a pre-order. So I don't have to worry about not getting what I want. What time of the day do I prefer to diamond paint? Is there one part of the day that's better than others? I mean, I'm off today from work and it is 10:18 in the morning and I am diamond painting. So I don't think there's one particular time of day that I like to diamond paint. But if I had to pick something, it would probably be the evening, because it's at that time that, I can get on Zoom with my friends and share camaraderie together and diamond paint. So I'll say the evening, just for the fact that that's when I get to spend time on Zoom with my friends and diamond paint. We all diamond paint together. So love you guys. You know who you are. Love you. Okay, next one was, what is my favorite storage option? Do I need to say anything else? Elizabeth Ward. Period. I do have a couple other different kinds of storages, but I just always go right back to my Elizabeth Ward. The craziest place I found a drill. In my sock is probably the craziest place I found a drill. I do not know how it got there. I don't think I want to know how it got there. But yes, there was a drill in my sock. So that's probably the craziest place. The best tip I can give. The best tip I can give anybody for diamond painting is remember that this is a relaxing hobby. It should not be stressful. If you're doing a canvas that is stressing you out, put it to the side and pick another one, or even throw it away if you need to, because that's not what diamond painting is. Diamond painting is supposed to be fun and enjoyable. Period. Enjoy what you do. If you only like to do rounds, then that's all you need to do. If you only want to do squares, then just do squares. This is your craft. This is your craft and your hobby, and you dictate when you do it, how you do it, who you do it with, what canvas you're working on. You dictate all of that. So make sure you stick to that, because that's what's going to make you happy. So you're literally, when you see these things, what's Diamond Art Clubs? Do what makes you sparkle. Do what makes you happy. That's what it's all about. Point blank, period. That's what it's all about. How do I sort my drills when kitting up? I usually sort them by the number. Like I sort them by the DAC number. Like I put them in stacks per the DAC number. It just makes it easier, and then they're almost like more in a numerical order. And I just kind of do it that way. And then there's a bonus question. Have you ever trashed a canvas? Yes, actually I have. Just recently. Diamond Painting Around the World was holding their heart event paint along in February. And I had the perfect canvas. I had had it for a while, and I was so looking forward to doing it. It was the, oh my God, what is it? It was from Cat Print Studios. I think it was Cat. I can't remember, but it was from Enabler's Outpost. It was the dark heart. It was something dark. But it was all white background with this huge dark blackish color heart with moths flying around it. It was just such a pretty canvas, and I had it and I couldn't wait to start it. And I started it for that event, that paint along, and as I was working it, every day I had to put white drills back on the background, because they would just slide off. They would just slide off. It didn't matter if I single placed or multi-placed, they would just slide off. It's almost like the glue had not cured completely, or there was too much glue on it. And I became literally so frustrated with it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this, because you know what? Diamond painting is supposed to be stress-free. And this canvas is causing me so much stress, so it's going. And I took it up, I dumped all the drills in the trash, and I threw the whole canvas right in the trash. My husband did ask me if I wanted to reach back out to Enabler's Outpost, and I said no, it would do no good, because they're not really in business with diamond painting anymore. They're just doing pens as far as I know. So it would be pointless. Yeah, so that was the only canvas I can ever remember really throwing away. It made me sad, but after I got rid of it and just started something else, yeah, stress level gone. It was great. It was fantastic. So getting back to sports though, right quick, I just want to acknowledge, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I do have to acknowledge the other sports. I feel like it's my job to do that. I'm not a basketball fan, but I believe the Sixers are still in the playoffs. Let me see. Again, I don't follow basketball. I never have. But let me see if they are. The Philadelphia 76ers are still in the NBA playoffs, having kept their season alive by defeating the Boston Celtics 113-97 in Games 5 on April 28th. The Celtics currently lead the first round with series 3-2, with Game 6 scheduled for Thursday. So they play tonight. So congratulations to the Sixers for making it this far. Hope you can go further. But if not, good job, guys. And also the Philadelphia Flyers, our hockey team, are also in the playoffs. They won last night in overtime. So congratulations to the Flyers for still being in it. So let's go, guys. It'd be really nice to have the Sixers win the World Championship and the Flyers win the World Championship. I don't know how the Phillies are going to do that because I don't know. I think they're doing kind of poorly because I just read somewhere that they fired their coach. So the Phillies are struggling. But yeah, so let's see if we can get the Sixers a championship, the Flyers a championship. And you know I'll be pulling for my Eagles. Go Birds to get their championship back. I mean, technically we are still going to be the NFC East defending champions. But other than that, yeah, cool. So guys, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this WIP. Again, hit that thumbs up on your way out if you care to do so. I hope you enjoyed it. I really don't have anybody to tag in my tag questions. Again, I just kind of do this for fun for myself. You know, and so how in the future, you know, if my daughter has any children, they'll be able to hear their grandmother's voice. But other than that, that's all I got. So you guys have a great day. Happy Thursday. If you're having nice weather, that's fantastic. Allergies kicking my ass this year for sure. And it's cold and dreary here, so I'm going to enjoy the day without a whole lot of pollen in the air for sure. So, again, you guys have a great day. Happy Thursday. Let's get through the weekend and start another week next week. I will talk to you on the flip side. Remember, RAR in dinosaur means I love you and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hearts to all of you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.